Image is everything in this town.
You may want to pack up your scalpels and head back to Miami while your souls are still intact.
When I pitched the show originally, it was set in LA. Other than Brazil, LA is the plastic surgery, capital of the world.
This is actually a great move. Sort of bring primarily these two characters out here and to see how they swim in Los Angeles, where there's a plastic surgeon on every corner and a man, woman, or unfortunately child who's had something shot into their face, every half block.
What's kind of happened is the guys have overextended themselves a little bit. They've gone and purchased some real estate a little bit more expensive than they should have.
Did Liz get a raise? No, but the office has got marble.
A little bit more space than they should have acquired.
Marble. Marble.
And some very fancy equipment. I mean, just the foyer of this place has like a 40-foot couch in it.
Beginning of this season, we feel like, what a great opportunity. I can start new. It takes about 3 minutes before that goes to hell.
Ooh, uncut flesh, 11 o'clock.
The first episode really is about them trying to make it in LA. They spent all their money on this Rodeo Drive, $5 million complex, and it's crickets in there because nobody's coming.
So instead of doing things like plastic surgery, they're playing basketball and toying around with fish.
Your chum being devoured by all the Rodeo Drive great whites.
You gotta have faith, Lizzie. The patience will come.
You want the Hollywood dream? You gotta go out and get it.
That's kind of the fun of it, I think, to see them, instead of being wildly successful, to see sort of these guys in their early 40s, have to be on the bottom and clawing their way up again.
So they employ a publicist.
It's not what you've done, it's whom. Celebrity is power.
Well, we're screwed. We can't get a celebrity until we've operated on a celebrity.
Or become celebrities yourselves.
The way they become more visible is by being on a TV show.
Hearts and Scalpels, the show within a show. I sometimes wonder if it's a better show than the show we're doing. It is funnier.
I want 1 milligram of epi right now.
Epi, strap.
Doctor, stat.
All right, stat.
I said you, doctor.
I'm doing it.
Not on my watch.
Okay.
I'm not losing another one. I am not losing another one.
We've hired great comic actors like Oliver Platt and Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Coolidge. So I think there's a lot more comedy that we're playing, just because we're sort of satirizing ourselves, which is very fun.
Someone call for a plastic surgeon?
What the hell is this? They don't wear masks or hats?
Nip Tuck, to me, has always been a bit of a satire. It's actually always been a bit of a dark comedy to me.
Well, I think we start off a lot funnier. The first 2 episodes are very funny. But then, it's Nip Tuck, so you can't get away from how dark it is, and how desperate and kind of horrific their lives become in some kind of way.
Oh, you want honesty? You can't stand the fact that I am happy without you, that I am in love with someone else.
You keep lying to yourself, sweetie pie.
Everybody this year is very torn by the idea of who they were and who they should be. So everybody is very much in transition, which is what LA is all about. People come out here to sort of be discovered. So the theme of those characters is sort of discovering themselves in many ways for the first time, I think. It starts off being really great for Sean. He gets a job as a medical consultant on a show, and he kind of becomes the personality, the charismatic one that he's always wanted to become. With Christian, shockingly, not keeping pace.
People magazine has requested you for their 50 most eligible bachelor issue.
Him?
But as the season goes on, roles begin to change, and Christian again becomes the one on top. So it's interesting to see them go back and forth. It's almost like this year they change roles from what you've seen before.
And this is a guy, in his early 40s who's single, and that's kind of new. I mean, for instance, Sean meets this attractive actress, and that seems pretty good for about 3 minutes, and then there's some problems.
Sean, you are not going to start dating the shitter.
There's also such a competition, as always, between he and Christian. He's trying so hard to get somebody, and it's blinded him to some of the things about her, some of which we have fun with, some of which is kind of tragic. This being in LA, he has a little bit better sense of style than when we first met Sean in Miami 5 years ago. If you look at just the wardrobe over the years, I think this is a chance for him to at least try to dress well. And now whether he's comfortable doing it or not is a different thing.
I don't know if it's a question of being gay or not, Sean. I just fell in love with her.
You were in love with me.
Yes, but this is different somehow. If it was the one great love, it would have to be Sean, in my opinion, because they do love each other so, so deeply. But she's still got a little thing for Christian. Christian will always be the life that I didn't live, but I imagine how that would have been. Although that was always quintessential to the story, we didn't get to play out a lot of it. That's been really nice to explore.
I think there's a great surprise for the audience in terms of Jolie's character, Julia, what she's discovering about herself. I would say everybody has that. Matt and Kimber take unexpected, freaky turns.
Matt, what?
I've left Kimber, Dad. And I've taken the baby. I really need your help.
When season 5 picks up, Matt basically shows up on the doorstep of Sean and Christian's house in Malibu. He's taken the baby away from Kimber because of the drama of her being so deeply involved with her church and everything that comes with that. So he shows up on their doorstep basically penniless with baby in tow, but we come to find out that that's not quite the case, and he's running a game on Sean and Christian. I guess he and Kimber are a bit more of a team in that they're both severely addicted to crystal meth and total junkies and completely awful and horrible parents, although Matt cares much more for his child than Kimber does at this point.
This year, she's completely ignored her child, which is horrible for me as a person. Kimber's gonna be really nasty this year, and I think we've seen that side to her, but I think we've always understood why she's been nasty, but this year she's just kind of a jerk.
I think his fatherly side, in a weird way, comes out more just in the relationship that he has with his baby, with Jenna. You know, I think through the haze of the drugs, you know, he actually has a sincere love and affection for this child. And I think that that may ultimately be what inspires him to change his ways.
We have great guest stars. We have Rosie O'Donnell, we have Daphne Zuniga, we have John Snyder. Yeah, he's great. He plays Kimber's ex-boyfriend who she gets back together with. And also Lauren Hutton. She's great. And Portia de Rossi. Portia plays the mother of the great villain of the year, which is fun that we sort of have a American Beauty Lolita villain this year.
I know about your little tryst with Julia, Dr. Troy. This thing about living with dykes, they're always sharing their emotions where us spoiled little rich kids can overhear.
I always think that the show is as good as the villain. She's kind of juicy and good. We just decided to do something completely different, and I think it's really worked. It's been really fun, and you know, we get to sort of tackle the zeitgeist stuff, which usually does begin in LA or New York.
This is Hollywood, and I think this is true for all of them. In Hollywood, Liz could be anybody. Everything is new.
I think that as much as it's a fresh start, there's certain things you can't get away from, certain baggage that will come back to haunt them.
I don't know if the move to LA will be good. I think ultimately it will be. I think it has to be.
Look at us, mutilating our bodies, selling out to some hack TV show.
You made a bold move coming out of your partner. Maybe the first one of your life.